Oh boy, what a challenging morning. I think this calls for our noise canceling lavalier microphone. There's our orb weaver trying to hang on to his web with winds gusting past 30 miles an hour. I'm going to put on my wireless mic this morning. Wow. It's called a noise canceling lavalier lark microphone. And there's the receiver. Let's see. Testing, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is definitely going to be one of our most challenging edits and shoots because of the air that's moving out there. T-Rex Steve hops out the door. 51 degrees at 8:38 on November 12th. It's 11 plus 1, 12 plus 12, 24. 11, 12, 24. And we've got wind, air moving from high to low pressure. And Steve loves to chase leaves in the wind. Can you hear me now? Probably just with your left earbud if you're listening with earbuds, because I'm wearing one left lavalier. Definitely a challenge this morning. The weather is pretty, isn't it? Pretty windy. Look at the white caps. We've got 1 to 2 foot waves on the Fore River this morning. That's a bit unusual. We don't usually have waves this big. And it's all happening right before our very eyes. We've got a storm system just exiting Maine this morning. It's a 999 millibar low pressure system. I call this low barometer cold because it's colder up in the sky than down near the ground. Opposite of high barometer cold when it's colder down near the ground. So we look at Mount Washington. The temperature on Mount Washington this morning is 17 degrees at the top, and at 8:20 a.m. the wind gusted to 100 miles per hour. And it's snowing, or it was snowing to start the day. On the top of Mount Washington, picked up about 2.7 inches of snow. Jay Peak was snowing this morning. Didn't look like that much accumulation. And it was also snowing at Mount Mansfield. What was interesting is that the snow guns were not turned on at Killington. The freezing level must have been just a little bit too high, although there is some rime ice on the trees there, so they want a wet bulb that's a little lower. And tonight is going to be a good window for snowmaking at Killington. But it's a brief window. I mean, once this low pressure system moves out and the high pressure system moves in, it's going to be high barometer cold, and then we're going to have an inversion, and it's actually going to be warmer up in the sky the next few days. So we reverse that. We can look west to see what's coming at us. Yesterday over the Great Lakes, see all those gray dots? Those are wind gusts, damaging wind gusts up to 70 to 75 miles an hour on the shores of Lake Superior and Lake Michigan. Here just a few days after the anniversary of the Edmund Fitzgerald sinking in 1975, was that? The gales of November have come early, but this morning, underneath the high pressure system, it went calm in those same spots, and the temperature was much colder. It was in the 20s and even teens from Lake Superior and points north in Ontario. That's the air that's going to come in for tomorrow and Thursday and Friday. This morning in New England, here was the temperature map, and the red numbers are wind gusts. So the wind was gusting past 35 miles an hour at Worcester, and you notice these lower elevation temperatures are all above freezing until you get way up to northern Maine, and there was the 32 degree mark. So it is a cold air mass, but nothing really unusual, nowhere near record cold. And there was precipitation with the front last night. There were actually dual low pressure system and dual fronts, and northern Vermont did okay, picked up 0.4 of an inch of rain at Underhill and Montgomery, and that was snow at the tops of the mountains, but I don't think it was appreciable. Looks like maybe 2 to 4 inches above 3,000 feet. Oh, hang on, Steve is really going for it. He's just jumping up there. I just saw Steve jump 2 feet up in the air to grab a leaf. That is so fun. That T-Rex taking care of business. Grab one, Steve. Get it. Get it. Oh, that was great. This is live, unscripted. Every day is improv. We never know what we're going to say or do when we come out the door. I've got a general idea of what I'm going to do with the weather. All right, Steve, as soon as I turn the camera away, he'll jump up in the sky, up in the air again. So this is going to be a very windy day. We're going to have some wind gusts past 35 miles per hour, maybe 40 miles an hour. And I'm in one of the windier spots right here as the air kind of accelerates across the water and then up the hill. And these clouds this morning were producing a little bit of precipitation. My old friend Dan Brown in Springfield, Massachusetts. We used to work together at New England Cable News back around the turn of the century. Dan got a double rainbow this morning, so there was some rain coming out of the sky, but no appreciable precipitation in southern New England, just a couple of rainbows. And oh yeah, I wanted to show northern Maine. Northern Maine picked up 0.4 of an inch of rain too, and just over the border in Edmonton, New Brunswick, across the St. John River, 0.5 of an inch of rain, a half inch of rain there. And now this is a new weather pattern. It's a colder pattern, but the storms that we were kind of hoping were coming our way in 48 to 60 hours now have clearly been rearranged by the forecast guidance, and there's no turning back on the fact that it looks like this Thursday-Friday system is going to mostly miss to the south. Boston 5-day forecast shows the temperature today around 50s and really not going up very much, kind of holding steady. And then it looks like the next 3 days we're going to be only in the 40s. And you look at those nighttime lows, the red line gets down to about 32 tonight, tomorrow night. And then it says 29 on Friday morning. I don't believe that Boston Logan is going to get to 29, but you get the picture. It's getting pretty cold. I don't know if I'm done with my outdoor showers. The dew point going way down too. Fire danger off the charts over the next few days. And then the clouds come in Friday, and it looks like some rain off and on Friday into Saturday, and that's going to have to do with an ocean storm retrograding and coming back in our direction. It's so interesting how the leaves go in a circle here. Everything goes in circles. The earth is going in a circle. So we have the wind just swirling around, and Steve is very entertained by this. Huh, Steve? You like this? He could spend all morning out here just chasing leaves. Yeah, going in circles. That's what's going to happen to the storm out over the ocean. So why don't we get to the Euro? I'm gonna show this Northwest Atlantic sector because it really is. Wait, no, I'm going to show that after I show the lower 48. If Steve stops entertaining us for a second. Okay, here's the lower 48 from the Euro, pivotalweather.com, and there's the high pressure system coming in. This morning it was a 1029 high, and it's getting stronger. It doesn't look like it's going up quite to 1040 like it showed yesterday, but it's going north of us. And whenever a high pressure system goes north of you, there's not a rapid warm-up because the wind is going to keep coming from the north and northeast. It's a clockwise circulation around high pressure, and we'll take it out to tomorrow night, and they'll stop it again on Thursday. That front that's coming out of the Rockies on Thursday looks pretty good too. When you see a front like that, low pressure system, now it does look a little stronger over the Great Lakes, so that's a little reversal from the last couple of days ago when it said there was nothing there. After last week, it kept showing like a possible blizzard. We've beat that horse, right? So this low looks like it's in a position to come east, right? Well, no. It's going to redevelop off to the south again. So what is it, about 1,007 or so? And now let's put it into motion. There's a blocking pattern developing, and that low all of a sudden falls apart and is trying to... Oh, you know what I forgot to show? Wait, rewind. I forgot to show that the purple there in western Virginia, the Blue Ridge Mountains in western Virginia may have a wintry mix here on Thursday. Even though the thickness is between 546 and 552, elevation can make a difference. So that 540 rule is not ironclad. There's always a snow level up there somewhere. Now put it back into motion, and we'll show that low dodging off to the south and redeveloping, not quite as far south as the last couple days. Looks now like more like South Carolina, North Carolina, and then going east and out over the ocean. At the same time here in New England, bands of precipitation are backing in from east to west. That's called retrograding, and it looks like we are going to get fairly damp and very windy here on Friday, Saturday. It looks like a little low tries to swoop at Cape Cod, maybe almost a nor'easter type look and feel on Cape Cod on Saturday, and then that wind just stays strong from the north, and you have ridging building in southeastern Canada, those red lines, so it's getting warmer in southeastern Canada. So we are going to be cool, but it's going to be kind of a high barometer cold where it's an inversion, and it's warmer, warm enough that it's rain and not snow with these bands of precipitation that are going to rotate through here Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday into next week, Tuesday. And if we take it all the way out to Wednesday and Thursday, T-Rex, you get it. What's your problem, T-Rex? Somebody up there? Mommy's getting breakfast. He could tell from even down here if Mommy's getting breakfast and he wants to go have a part of it. Well, no, we're not done. I wanted to show you the 10-day, the end of the 10-day there. And I think this is around next Thursday. And it shows ridging in southeastern Canada, another trough in the west, and more snow for the Rockies. Head west for snow skiing. And we are going to be cool and damp into next week, but not cold enough to make snow and not damp enough to make a difference in the rainfall department and our rainfall deficit. I want to show you now from the, I'll try and do this pretty quickly, we're passing 10 minutes, the northwest Atlantic sector, and these lows, kind of, it's the old storm that was over Colorado and New Mexico, and the front associated with it that went through here the last couple days stalls out there, and multiple low pressure systems are developing and circulating counterclockwise around one another, a massive upper level low with several different areas of cyclogenesis and low pressure backing all the way from Newfoundland to the Gulf of Maine. There it is, taking a swipe at Cape Cod, and it just keeps going on and on and on. It's dizzying, it's mesmerizing, and it's maddening. And what if we attach some precipitation amounts to how much rain is going to fall from the sky, or maybe a little bit of elevation snow around here, negligible. And there it is, kind of, you see the purple's backing toward the west, and then you see it's starting to turn to yellow, and now to gold. Are you kidding me? Look at all that precipitation. The coast of New England with a little bit of silver and purple, that's about 20 to 25 millimeters. This is in millimeters. That's how it works. And that's about a ½ inch of precipitation possible from the coast of Maine to Cape Cod, and then out over the middle of the ocean there, not the middle of the ocean, but north of Bermuda. That's 455 millimeters. That's 19 inches of rain for the fishes north of Bermuda, east of Cape Cod in the next 240 hours. So close, yet so far. So that's our weather. It's going to turn, I'll show you the Boston 15-day here, and you see that low of 29 on Friday. That's the bottom of this cool pool. I'll take the over on that. I don't think Logan Airport's going to get to 29. I bet Logan Airport only gets to about 33 or 34. So my outdoor shower season's not done. Then comes the wave up, but it's not exactly warm to record warm. It's just kind of cool and gray and damp with temperatures going up back into the 50s. And this kind of holds true too for our mountains. The snowmaking window tonight is the best, and then it's going to close down, and there's not another snowmaking window in the foreseeable future after this cold wave lifts out. Now, things are always subject to change. The weather changes and the weather forecasts change. These upper level lows have been kind of global. They've been happening from Asia to the United States to Europe, these upper level lows, and there's a chance that maybe it tries to wobble westward and we end up with a little bit more positive result. But as far as ski season starting early here, just don't see it. All right, so that's the end of the weather segment. Now for the end more, yesterday I got sidetracked. I wanted to talk about 11/11 and what that meant to me. It always meant Veterans Day, 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, the armistice to end World War I. But when I was looking it up yesterday, I found out that 11/11 also meant something in numerology. I didn't realize this. A lot of people think seeing 11/11, we see it on our clocks all the time. My wife and I, we exchange, it's 11/11, it's 11/11. Not only is it her brother's birthday, but it also means something in numerology. It means something like you can manifest your wishes. You can have good luck if you see 11/11, and you can even maybe alter your love life. I found one of these blogs online about 11/11 being a lucky day. Now, okay, enough with the 11/11. Ross Budd traveled west for his 11/11, and he thought Teorita, Little Bird ski area in New Mexico, close to Santa Fe, with a base elevation of 9,000 feet, he thought that the lifts were open. They weren't. So Ross hiked up, and he encountered a couple of other skiers that hiked up. Base elevation 9,000. That's more than 2,000 higher than Mount Washington. And ski season here usually begins around Christmas. So off the charts early season skiing there. How was the hiking up to 10,000 feet, Ross? That must have been kind of winding on your lungs. Winding, winding. You were winded, weren't you? And then he went to another ski area. He went to Santa Fe. Were the lifts open there, Ross? I hope so. Thank you, Ross Bud. Loves to be in Out the Door Weather and More, and we really appreciate your content. Sorry you missed the powder. If you stay there for a week, you might get some more powder late next week. But late next week, it looks more like it's going to be north in Colorado and points north. But winter in the west. A lot of people are asking me. Bruce asks a legit question. Is this a new climate shift, Tim, where we're not going to see these wet systems anymore? No, it just works all in waves. Thanks for asking, Bruce. We had such a wet couple of years. We were due some dry periods. Everything works like that. Droughts give way to floods, give way to droughts, and so on and so on. And also the brothers near Buzzards Bay calling it the Buzzards Bay Triangle when I mentioned fronts come here to dry. And he says, yeah, we've always noticed that. It's something about the Cape Cod Bay and Buzzards Bay interaction. Well, you know, also you've had some pretty good floods over the years, so we always perceive that the fronts kind of dry up over our house. Thank you all for the comments, and sometimes Buzzards Bay gets the most, the Buzzards Bay Triangle, but obviously not this season so far. But back there, when we had those floods in Falmouth, you guys were getting the most rain this summer. So it all works in waves. And yesterday, for most of the bulk of this Out the Door and More, is going to be the Veterans Day Parade here in Weymouth. Great community spirit. I love the architecture and our monuments to the veterans who have served the nation. And yesterday, a good time. T-Rex was not enjoying it, though, especially when the militia fired their rifles. Rex was just shaking, so I felt bad that I brought Rex down there. But I was happy to see all our neighbors out there enjoying a pretty nice day. Breezy, but it was in the 60s near 70 with a mixture of cumulus clouds and blue sky and breezy. And then for the very end, I'm going to start marketing these videos as a sleep aid. If you watch long enough between the science and trying to understand everything I'm saying, and then I get more quiet as we get to the end and I show those time lapse and maybe some crickets and sunsets, you can actually fall asleep watching these videos. So maybe you want to save these videos for your nap or the very end of the day, and when you go to bed you want to fall asleep, put on my video and see if you cannot fall asleep before the end of the video and the time lapse. All right, here's the and more from yesterday. Thanks for watching. Hold on to your hats.
It's a warm wind.
It's the catalpa string bean tree. It's okay, guys. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Sit. Stay. T-Rex no like. Note to self, don't bring T-Rex to the parade next year. Sorry, Rex. Come here. It's okay.
I got a lot. For the order of Demolay, right?
yourself. Don't bring T-Rex to parades. They're very dangerous. Snoopy. Were given to the astronauts during the space program, and so a lot of the Air Force and the Navy military got Corvettes. They weren't all given Corvettes, but they collected them. And we've got a parade of Corvettes as far as the eye can see right now. Good to keep their eyes on each other too. That wasn't so bad, was the T-Rex? There's more music. Can we stick around? I don't want to hear the military band play.
When Bob and I were looking on all these boards before the parade started, I saw so many Thomas.
1754, French and Indian War. 1812, War of 1812. 1898, War with Spain. Second Numerological campaign. 26 to 30. Too many wars. Too many wars. This is 1861, the Civil War. 1866. Look at the names. Oh my goodness. Weymouth, with pride in their achievements, records for future generations, the names of other sons of her sons who have served in time of war from the Army and Navy and their country. 1775, 1783. Revolutionary. The World War, for which Armistice Day became Veterans Day for the truce there. It didn't last very long. World War II, here is probably on the other side. I really want to stay for this music, but T-Rex does not, unfortunately. Darn. Want to go out again? There's no militia firing off muskets out there today, is there? I mean, now. We've got so much and more already in the parade, but cumulus clouds in the barge. I think we're pretty. Going over the sunset, got a couple of hawks circling around up there behind the pole. Come on, facing into the wind. Can you do a flyby for me here? Fitting for the end of our Veterans Day as the sun goes down. And the wind on our Tuesday probably rips most of these leaves down by the end of the week. Stick season in southern New England, eastern Massachusetts. And remember, the sun was going right between the towers just about 10 days ago. Look how far south it is now. The sun actually isn't moving so much as the earth, the tilt of the earth. As winter presses south in the north and summer presses north in the south. Yeah. And we press on with another out the door weather and more time lapse conclusion. Feeling sleepy, very sleepy. Sleepy. Very sleepy. Siesta. Sweet dreams. Should save these videos to watch after you're all snuggled in and ready to fall asleep.